Welcome back to another episode of Over the Shoulder. And you know how we got to get down. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Who do you want to see sitting on this side of the chair? Now, I have someone very special today. An absolute legend. She's at the best, sweetest. I actually got to meet her today. I shot a commercial for her fragrance line, the Untold Truth. Shot 2 commercials, her perfume and her cologne. And we just did a photo shoot that came out amazing. Can't wait for you guys to see the final product. Without further ado, Miss Schanell Marie Carroll.
Hey, thank you, E. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Miss Schanell, how are you doing today?
I'm great. I did a great photo shoot with you today.
Did? Okay, what was so great about it?
I liked your concept.
Okay, well, tell the audience, what was the concept?
It was actually what's behind me on the screen. It was amazing. Shadow type of artistic with the logo in the background. Intimate lighting, dark spotlight, white. It made me feel special and different. And this is actually my first one, so congratulations. And you're my first 2024 photo shoot.
I'm honored. I'm honored. A big thing that I like to do when I'm shooting or for anybody, commercial stuff, I like to get to know the story. So when I heard like an Untold Truth, I'm like, ooh, Untold Truth. What? Like, it's the truth, but we're not actually like speaking. It's just kind of like, it's almost like evident on us. It's like, it's something that you see, but we don't have to, it's like, if it's in you, it don't have to be on you type of situation. So that's how I kind of saw it. So I'm thinking, okay, I want to do a photo shoot. And for me, every single photo shoot I do, I always want to add a little flair of like, I'm not just, okay, I'm sending these lights, it's a regular photo shoot. I want it to be Schanell.
Right.
So I was like, okay, let me see. Like I've done spotlight photo shoots, but I was like, she has a whole company. Let me put a little logo behind it. Let me make a little shout out. I was
amazing.
Like,
yeah. I liked it. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, it was really intimate. It was private. Mm-hmm. You know, it was a close set. No one there but Elle, my assistant, cousin, family, you know. But absolutely, it was amazing. I really appreciate it. It was a great day. And then now I'm on the podcast.
You are on the podcast. Okay. So we did 2 commercials together for your perfume and cologne. First of all, tell me about your perfume and cologne, because everyone, when they smell it on me, they're like, what is that?
So I created Untold Truth fragrance 2019. And then I created Unapologetic for Men 2020. What's behind the Untold Truth, honestly, because I know you had your perception of how you feel, I came up with Untold Truth, but I came up with Untold Truth because me, myself, and we have untold truths that people don't know about me. I speak a second language. I speak Spanish? Yeah. Okay. And then I'm a broker. I run a logistics company. I do workshops for logistics as well, to teach you how to start your trucking company and gain your authority. I have a driver pool program, so we put drivers in your truck. And I have my Untold Truth fragrance. Did a tour for that. So those are my babies.
So you're just
that I have,
the definition of a Black woman.
Yeah. Well, yeah, strong and.
So for me, it's like a lot of people would ask me why am I so successful? And I'm surrounded by Black women who just, there's something really, when you say Black girl magic, there's really something magical about y'all. Y'all just pour into, and y'all just have so many great ideas, and y'all just see the world in just such a different way. So I've shout out to every Black woman in my life, because they have poured into me endlessly. And it's just how you just said you had 5 different companies. Every Black woman in my life has 5 different things that they're doing amazing at. It's not like it's just you're throwing it to the side. Like, you're high level, high quality, multiple talents. And that's you.
Yeah, and I don't have children, and I'm not married, so I kind of have more time on my hands too. Because it's a little tough, you know, when you have that. It's not impossible, but I focus more on business. Travel, peace, you know, I'm very God-fearing. So that brings me a lot of peace to where I can sit and manifest different ideas. I like to do increments of 10s. So, you know, I did Roxy Reynolds for 10 years. I started my trucks in 2015. So 2025 will be 10 years with that, as well as my brokerage. But I love the brokerage portion. So I'll keep that. And then I have my fragrance, 2019. So now I'm focused on just fragrance. My goal of this year and upcoming for the next 5 years is to expand it across seas.
Okay. Look at
Yeah.
that. Oh, it's definitely gonna in
Yeah.
5 years it'll be three.
Focus and, I have a lot to do. Marketing plays a big part in it. Very professional photos like you did for me, E, and things like that matter. So just having your actual timeline, your goals, and your deadlines. Because you can have a goal, and people have goals forever. So you have to make sure you have your deadlines on there too.
It's about discipline. I tell people discipline and consistency. A lot of unremarkable people are going far in this world, and it's just because they have discipline and consistency. They're not the most talented. They're not like the person like, oh my God. It's just they literally are just doing day after day, and they just kind of keep going.
Yeah, consistency is everything. I agree.
Okay. So we did, like I said, the 2 commercials. So the first one is with Tatiana. So she's sitting in the pool. So tell me about it, because again, we had not met at that time.
When you sent me Tatiana, her voice, because she did a voiceover.
She did a voiceover.
It was a very professional commercial, poolside, fruit. It gave me fresh. It gave me air. She was natural, hair, curly. She had a veil. So it was more like natural. Again, it just that commercial gave me a lot of different insights. Her tone of voice as well, her walk. You had a few clips in there. I really, really appreciated that. It was fresh. It was clean and crisp, as well as the one in the bathroom for the men's.
Yep. So let me see. With Tati's shoot, shout out to Stanley Williams. So we sat here and we probably discussed it for like 2 hours, trying to come up with concepts. And we're literally like going back, okay, what does Untold Truth mean? What does the Untold Truth mean?
Yeah.
And we just thought about like a woman like being like not feeling herself. And then it's like, no, I'm her. And so that's why she starts off and she's leaned over. It's like you can just see like her body from her posture and everything. She's not feeling herself.
Right.
And then it's like, no, I'm her. Bring me the fruit. Serve me because I'm a queen.
I love it.
And so we just kind of, that took us an hour. We're coming up with the lines. Oh, what does she need to say?
Yes.
No. And so we were just, because we love, like I said, we love the fragrances that you put out.
Gosh.
Stanley, where he's ordered probably like 2-3 bottles of it now at this point. We love it.
Yes. So, thank you.
Yeah. So the second one, it was, his name is Al. He was in the bathroom. He was actually with my cousin Sierra, is the girl who came in Chris's.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
The foreplay in the bathroom when she came and smelled his neck. Yeah. Okay. That was great. Yes, definitely. It gives me intimacy because the fragrances are endorphins. It gives you that when you walk in the room, everyone smells you. It's not, everyone knows what Gucci smells like. Everyone knows what Versace smells like. And Polo. You'll know. Down to the bonds. You'll know. So I wanted to be unique with mine. So I didn't make mine as heavy or as smoky. I made my top, middle, and notes more crisp and clean, new.
And that's what it gives. That's definitely what it gives.
Yeah.
So for that one, I always say you're not a grown man until you like start like getting scents. Like when we're boys and stuff like that, we're in the bathroom throwing on Axe cologne, thinking we smell good and just throwing on whatever we got at Walmart.
Yeah.
But then you start getting into college, you still might be in that phase, but it's like you become refined. Just like you start getting like a signature scent. You don't have to walk in the room being loud.
Right.
You're automatically smelt.
Right.
And then plus for what I love with your fragrance is that like when a girl gives me a hug and stuff like that, and like that face goes into the neck and then she smells, she's like, what is that?
It gives you kingship if you think about it. It's not a fragrance that you would smell in United States. When I actually went and did my research for the men's fragrance, I traveled. I got different fragrances shipped that weren't in America just so that mine is completely different. There's some undertones or notes that will remind you of, one of my friends said that it reminds her of Let de Poo Poo. It's like a weird name like that. It's a
like
European
it's
fragrance.
French,
Yeah.
French probably.
She said that might have been the closest, you know? But I did a lot of research where I went around and smelled the different men's et de toilettes and colognes to make sure that it had a different punch. So my punchline on that is crisp and clean and kingship. Egyptian, like the top of the bottle.
Yes. I mean, it's right there behind you. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. There it is.
It's beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful. It smells good. Like it's good quality. Like you could just tell from like as soon as when you sent it to me and I opened up the package, I was like, before I smelt it, I already knew I felt some type of way about just seeing it. I was like, okay, yeah, this is gonna be powerful.
Yes, I love it. I'm working on the second one right now, actually.
Okay,
and the second women's too.
Okay, so how are they gonna be different? Ooh, you got
totally
my studio
different.
smelling. Ooh. Whew.
It's so good.
It's great.
It's going to be totally different. Those were my first. Those were the ones that got voted first. I did, my family and friends tally marked for months. I went to different states of different family members to see which one they like. I think I had created 5 and the unapologetic one, just like the Untold Truth one. The second one that I'm going to release for Unapologetic for men and Untold Truth for women is the originals that I liked, that I wanted to release first. But no one liked them, obviously.
I was about to say, hey, listen.
The second one, I'm releasing them because I like them and they're amazing to me.
I was going to say, if you want it, you come to Atlanta, I'll get you 3-4 guys, 3-4 women, and we can have like a little battle on which one they like.
Yeah, I'll definitely send you some samples so you can do some, even with the models that you have or the people that you come in contact with, you can have them vote. Because the more votes, the better. Because I want to make sure I release something that the majority likes. It's not always about you, especially in business. You have to go with what people like.
But I have found, though, that in business that the thing that you like, there are so many people who are like exactly like you in terms of your taste. So even though like your family didn't like it, I guarantee you there are 100,000 people who are like, this is the one.
Same thing.
And 100,000 people buying that is making $1 million at that point.
I agree. That's what I experienced. Like I thought that the ones that I liked would have been the ones who won the toll, the poll, the tallies, but it didn't. But I'm like, I'm going to release them now this time. So, contradicts itself. But yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. So what got you into like fragrance and smells and all that kind of stuff? Like, where was that point in your life where you were like, you know what? I love this. I want to do this.
My mother and my grandmother, my aunt and my godmother, they're like frag queens. They had all the fragrances. They were married and, they had a stable family. So they got to shop, they're together. My godmother and my grandmother were best friends and her name was Carol. And then my aunt, her name was Carol as well on my father's side. Long story short, my mother named me Schanell, obviously, because she loved Schanell.
The story's adding up.
Yes. And then after I actually retired from the adult entertainment business and started my brokerage and my trucking and was working on year 5 with that, I usually like to start to ponder about what I'm going to do for my next company for the next 10 because I do things in 10s. So I prayed about it. And he kind of laid it on my lap. God. I got closer to God and I have recovered and survived an accident. Like the story's crazy. I think I might have spoken gradually about that on one of my friends' podcasts in Cincinnati. Yeah, it was a car accident and a motorcycle accident. Back to back in like 30 days. So I was down for like a year and a half, and I pondered down for the year and a half on my actual tour. I just did an Untold Truth tour, a 12-city tour last year for the summer. That's when I was released from my injury of my foot. But before that, I was getting closer to God. And the devil was fighting me crazy. He tried to put me out crazy because I retired, and then now I'm doing other things and helping people start their companies, hiring convicts and people released out of jail, because as long as the child support thing's not going on, you are allowed to start your own trucking company and drive, even with the felon. It's okay because it's a transportation company. It's possible. So I tapped into that, and then God, he came and laid the chemist on me, and I shopped around. Like I said, I shopped around first as Roxy still, and then that backfired because they were trying to charge me an arm and a leg, and then I waited a year and went back as Schanell, and I represented myself. I'm retired, so let's start fresh, and I wanted to start a legacy with my name, my birth name. And it happened like that, honestly. I can't really explain how I thought of the packaging or the colors or the name. He helped me do everything. I patented it. I registered it. I got it in Macy's in Atlanta, Century City Mall. I'm in Century City Mall, LA, Beverly Hills. And then the mall in Atlanta, the Lenox. Lenox did my first one was Lenox Mall. Amazing. I had a lot of people in my corner. They were happy and they helped me. I can't give the shout outs to the names right now, but I will definitely shout them out. They helped me with Macy's and the Frag World and interviews. And it just got crazy. It got overwhelming to where I started doing pop-ups, for the fragrance. And then Macy's carried me for the first 2 years. Then I took that and did Amazon. And then I did my 13 city tour with my own budget. And then my next goal is to go across seas. Like I said earlier, I want to take that 5 years and move abroad and go to Europe. But, it's all the wars and stuff. That's just my plans.
God will make a way.
Yeah. So
the growth and elevation.
Yeah. But everything's online. The online sales are great. I like to hire models. My first photographer for Untold Truth was Jeff. He shot the first amazing commercial from my Untold Truth. He helped me find the models, and I have all ethnicities. It's not just a black fragrance. I have Asian, and I have Caucasian. I have African, like black, me. I'm Indian. They think I'm Pocahontas. Just I don't want to keep talking, but to answer your question, it's definitely God, and it worked out, and I'm happy. Yeah. I'm happy.
It's kind of funny how like a lot of things, like how we can like bloom from tragedy. Like I don't talk about it that much, but like I got in a terrible accident in 2020, like car wreck and stuff like that, and it changed my entire mentality. Like I was sitting on a steering wheel, I feel blood coming down, this and that. I smell the smoke. I'm thinking I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get out of the car. And I'm just thinking like, your life is flashing before your eyes. I'm thinking like, what am I leaving behind? And it's like, I have a lot of, friends and I've done some dope stuff, but like my legacy isn't like all my gifts are like dying with me. And so when I walked out of that car and I walked away from it, I made sure that I gave away my gifts. Like I taught people, I trained people, the knowledge that I had accumulated and I keep accumulating, I poured that into people. So like I've trained a lot of shooters. I've trained a lot of editors. I've taught a lot of people how to do this lighting and all this kind of stuff.
And like, you're young. You're young. I started young too, but you're young and you're advanced and you're focused. I'm really proud of you, E. And you have great equipment. And your lighting is amazing.
It's all about lighting. It's all about lighting.
It is.
Again, if you hang around a lot of women and stuff like that, they'll tell you, the lighting has to be everything. So I learned that very quickly in the game.
It's definitely the lighting.
It's all about the lighting. I tell people, don't worry about the cameras yet.
Shout out to Elle. She found my blazer for the podcast today. My bottoms are great too, but we shoot from waist up.
So today was actually our first time meeting each other. We've obviously texted, talked, and all this stuff. We did a few projects and stuff. But what was it like meeting me kind of directing you to the photo shoot, like the actual vibe of everything?
The vibe was cool. I walked in, the lighting was great. I walked into a shoot. I walked into a professional photo shoot with not just the white paper background. It was the wall, like green screenery. It was really great. I had my Untold Truth logo on the back. I wasn't expecting that. That was the first. It was amazing. And then you have music. The music was a vibe, I traveled all day. So I kind of wanted to turn it up on the hip hop side. But usually when I do my hair and I'm at home, on my personal time, I listen to R&B too. So everything was nice. I really appreciate it. And we got food.
I try to be a vibe in these streets.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm even trying. I do be a vibe.
Yeah.
I actually learned that early on in the game. It was 2 Chainz's like editor. He told me that people walk into a situation, and at that time it was walk into an interview. So meaning that you should walk in and immediately be able to do the interview. So when he told me that, I took it to photo shoots. You should walk in and we can immediately shoot. If that's because some people they got 15 minutes and they got to go. So but they want to get this thing. So for me, it's like I want you to walk in, be able to get the shoot, but I also want you to be a vibe. I want you to have a good time because at the end of the day, this is art we're creating, and I'm all big. The story, this is art. These photos, they're art. I cannot get this to be art if you're not comfortable in front of my camera. If you're all like, I think he's a fan or something like that, and it's like or he's thirsty.
When you're ready, you don't have to get ready. So same thing, like you said, consistency when you have that, and having and running a good business. Having and running a good business is important. That's how you're going to have your longevity in business. So the need to have everything ready so your client can walk in and be prepared and knock it out is professional. That's all. You're a professional. And we appreciate that,
Okay. Well, got me blessing on this podcast.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. All right. So my final question is, what's our next project that we're going to be working on together?
Commercial.
Okay.
Yes. I love your videography as well. So I would like to try that, of course, before the summer's over. We can do that. We can do the waterfall.
Okay.
We can do the outside and capture that. I have a few ideas that I would like to draw to your attention as well out there, down to the wardrobe, for a really nice fragrance commercial. Because I shoot a lot. I've had a lot. I have my favorite ones. I have some old ones. I have some new ones. I have some short ones. But I want this one to have a concept.
Okay. I'm here for it. And you're acting now, so I definitely want to like one of my films that I write and stuff like that. I'm gonna think of a part. I'm gonna shoot you the script and you tell me what you think.
All right, I'm ready.
You ready?
Shout out to Mountaintop Studios.
I appreciate that.
Thank you. I really enjoyed myself. I had a ball. Congratulations.
Oh no,
you're welcome.
Thank you. This was
and you're really
amazing.
A blessing. Especially you surviving that too. So, that was nothing but God.
Nothing but God.
Yeah.
I appreciate you sitting down, talking to me, having a conversation.
Yes.
So, and for the audience, you got to know Schanell. She has a dope fragrance line, Untold Truth and Unapologetic. Go check it out. It's in Macy's. It's on Amazon. If you come smell me, you're smelling her line of fragrances. It's amazing. And we got to we got to subscribe, we got to share, we got to comment. Who do you want the next guest to be on? Because, we're growing, elevating, and everything like that. And, as we always say on this show, that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.